Hello. Today we're going to talk about building your business plan. The reason you're probably watching this video, I would assume, is that you're looking for a bit of a target and something to reach for in your business, and you're seeing the value, I guess, in building a plan and having something to kind of reach for. The reason I'm doing this video is because I find entrepreneurs, and myself included, can be on one of two sides of the scale when it comes to a business plan. One side I'd like to call and basically term paralysis by analysis. So they build a plan. In fact, they build such a detailed plan, have so many spreadsheets and so many ways of looking at things that they never actually get really started on their plan. Or there's the opposite side where someone's so excited about taking care of this business and so excited about getting started and taking action, they never actually started a plan in the first place and don't really have a target to go after. So both of these things are obviously not very healthy when you're starting your business. So today I thought I would give you just a quick video that would give you some basic necessities when building your plan. And really the theme of this whole thing is to keep it simple, silly. The KISS principle is such a vital thing when you're building a business plan. It'll get you the right things into your plan, get you taking action on the right stuff, and get you started on your business so you're not taking forever to build a plan. So on the screen here we have a couple different things, and to give you an idea of what we're going to do here on the video is we're going to take a look at your business plan, we're going to take a look at your numbers to actually get through your business plan, actually break down some ratios, and we're also just going to look at your bottleneck and what are some of the biggest things that hold you back actually in your business. So the first thing we'll just take a brief look at, and we'll refer back to this in a bit here, is your business plan itself. And one of the first things you want to look at in your business plan is what are you doing this for? And most of us, I would assume, are doing this to make some money. So you really want to start to break down how much money do you want to make this year? What is your net profit that you actually want to take home and have in your jeans? How much money do you need to do in sales to have that happen? And how much money overall in revenue does your business have to bring in? So if you're having trouble with some of these terms, Google them, you can read through them, but they're basically pretty simple. Once you've got those numbers down, once you've got a really good vision about what do you want to be making this year, the one thing I recommend the most before you go too much further with all these ideas and creative things that you want to take action on is to get the numbers built. Now, I have another video that I'll send a link in the description to based on long-term goal setting, and it breaks down this sheet quite well. But to give you a summary of this sheet will basically say how much money do you want to make, how many sales do you need to do, how many estimates or meetings do you need to do to get those sales, and how many leads do you need to get those estimates. And it helps you break down the actual numbers and ratios to actually build out a business properly so that every day when you're going after sales leads or meeting with people and things like that, you can actually know what is my net result from that. How much does one lead actually end up profiting me at the end of the year? So it helps you break this down. There's another video on it. Again, I'll add the link in the description, but I highly recommend start with profit and then break it all the way down to how many leads you need to make that much money at the end of the year. So that's the one piece, okay? The numbers. This will help keep it very simple for you to basically follow a very set formula in your business. Now the next thing is you start to look at your business plan and you start to say, okay, well what are the actual core areas of a business plan? And to be very truthful with you, there's really only 4. A lot of people like to make these big, long things that they can give to banks and get funding for and all these different things. Really, at the end of the day, all you need in your plan is these 4 categories: marketing, sales, operations, and profitability. And really, in each category, you should only really have 3 focuses, 3 things that you're going to do in each area. This enables you to stay focused on the right stuff and to move forward on the right stuff. And to get this built properly, I'm going to give you a little bit of an exercise I call the Bottleneck Exercise. So to figure out what are the right tasks to put in here and what are the things to maybe cut out, I'm going to get you to do a little analysis on your business. So if you're brand new, this is something you're going to have to use a little bit of your imagination on. If you're in business for a year or more, this is going to be a great exercise to really weed out some of the stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense and is holding you back in your business, and keep the stuff and maybe even create new stuff that really will innovate and get your business moving on the right direction. So this is what it looks like. There's a 3-step process to identify your bottleneck, and your bottleneck is ultimately some of the stuff that holds you back the most. If you're pouring a bottle, only so much liquid could come out of the spout because there's a narrow end here. So we want to look at how to widen all this so that you can actually become full force on your business. So here's the first thing you want to do. What I want you to do is I want you to write down all the tasks and responsibilities that exist in your business. Everything that you do, even the stuff that your employees do. Every little thing. Once you're done that, we're going to look at how to weed some of that stuff out and innovate on some of that stuff to make it simple. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, pause the video, and write down all the tasks and responsibilities that exist in your business. Go ahead. All right. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to circle the areas that are the most time basically consuming, but yet also yield the least results. So this could be things like, making up your flyers. Maybe you could hire a designer to do it. This could be things like, doing admin work and doing a bunch of stuff that really isn't relating to the results or making you profit in your business. It's simply holding you back. So on that list, circle the things that are basically giving you the biggest headaches, the biggest bottlenecks. Ultimately, those will become that are your business. And then what you're going to be left with is how to solve some of these problems, because sometimes you still need to get flyers done, or you still need to get leads generated and certain things like that. But if they're not high skill and they're taking up most of your time, problem solve, how do you either get rid of them in your business, or how do you get someone else to take care of them in your business? And I'll give you a small story, just a personal story of myself. When I was doing a business on my own, I had a lot of time where I spent recruiting. So I actually spent a lot of time building and developing franchises, and I had to go and recruit them first. And my biggest bottleneck actually was me. And you'll find a lot of you, when you break this down, you'll ultimately be some of the biggest barriers in your business. And what it was about me wasn't that I was struggling in the area. It was actually the opposite. It was actually that I had quite a bit of skill in the area. So what I actually had done is I had involved myself right from the lead generation all the way to hiring the franchisee. So I was doing everything. I was, doing class talks, doing booths, doing home shows. I was rating the apps. I was doing setup calls. I was meeting them for interviews. I was signing them for contracts. And then finally I got to start to train them. And I realized, geez, I don't actually have any time left in my day. I'm working 80 hours a week, and I'm struggling even to hire people because I'm so stressed out because I'm doing everything. And I realized the biggest bottleneck is me. Because I was good at all these things, I had reluctance to give some of them up. So I said, you know what? Getting a lead and getting an application isn't necessarily nearly as high skill as doing the interview and hiring the person. So I'm going to position myself to hire a team to recruit for me, and I will do all the interviews and just focus on the core high skill things. So when I looked at my task list of things to do, I circled, getting the lead, sitting at the booth, getting them to fill it out, getting the application, screening the call, and then setting up the interview. All that stuff I circled and I put as something that I was going to hire a team to do. Everything else I left, and that was stuff that I had put into my business plan as what I was going to take action on. So what I'd like you to do is circle those things and then really look at what you can do, problem solve, how you can get rid of these things or change them in a way that maximizes your results. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to think through that. It may take you an hour even. Pause the video and start to think through some of those things. Okay, go ahead. All right, now the most important thing. So if you've had some time problem solving some of these bottlenecks, you've probably got some neat solutions and some ideas that you can do to put into your business. Things that will work, that are going to be effective to get results. And here's the most simple part. I'm actually not going to spend a ton of time going through this one-page business plan. It's actually very self-explanatory. I'd like you to place in here the things that get results that cause the most effect in your business. So marketing, you might want to put in the 3 marketing strategies that you can do in your business. Have a physical goal on them based on the numbers you broke down in here, and then basically set a completion date for when you want to have that done. For sales, same thing. What are the 3 things you're going to work on in your business in sales to get you the best results? Have a physical goal attached to them based on this sheet, and then again, have a date for when you'd want to have it completed. Operations, I want you to, again, have a physical goal on how much you want to be producing, things like that, and the 3 key areas to help you focus on maximizing your results in this, and a completion date. And finally, the most important thing, and actually probably what I would say is worth 50% of your mental capacity when it comes to thinking through how to do this properly, is profitability. What are the 3 things you can do to increase profitability in your business this year? The goals you want to hit on that, and the completion dates. And it could be something as simple as, I'm actually going to track it this year, and I'm going to use mint.com to track it, or I'm going to use some software program to make sure every week I have a complete download of how much money I'm making. It amazes me how much work we put in these 3 other categories, but yet the most important one, the only reason we're really there to run a business in the first place, isn't really given a lot of weight. Give this a ton of weight. Profitability is so important. And that's it. All I want you to do is take time Build out how much money you want to make. Build out your numbers to figure out how many leads, estimates, how many meetings, all the way to profit that's going to take throughout the next little while. Figure out your bottlenecks and what are the things your business needs and is being held back the most by. And then put it on one page and keep it that simple. Focus on this page, reflect on it every week, and this will be the thing that will help you take action, give you a target in your business, and really keep it simple in your business. So that's it. Other than that, I trust this helped you, and I look forward to seeing you in your next Best Mindset session.